I see the red light. Do you guys see the red light?
I
Am
see.
I the only one see the red light?
Hell yeah.
We are live. Let's get it. Ooh.
That's the way you start off.
We are live, folks. How are y'all feeling?
We're good.
Feel great. Feel great.
Great. Got to get my technology just in case I freeze. I can go to my cellular.
Okay. Cellular. Welcome everyone to Tangy Tea of Life. I'm your host, Veronica. Back with you on this Thursday. It is Thursday, right?
That's right.
One of them days.
You know, it's been a long week. A long week.
Moving too fast for me.
Moving too fast.
Yeah.
Still in the Carolinas.
Yes.
Welcome back, my co-host Victor.
What's going on?
Virginity rocks.
All day long. I claim mine.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I got mine back. So I'm a virgin.
Oh, for how long?
For a while.
Oh, well, good for you.
At least the rest of 2021. How about that? The rest of 2021.
May God bless you with that.
I appreciate it.
Yes. Let me know how things work out.
Don't work out. Won't be no bombs blowing up over there.
Fatim, my brother Fatim from WBLS New York. He is actually still here in the Carolinas.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome back, my brother.
There you go. One quick thing. It's not a big announcement. It's not an announcement, anything. You know, it's just that, you know, when you go and you go places and you see certain things, and you was on to something when you spoke to the police sheriff before. And I saw a news report tonight, Operation Summer Slam, and it's talking about the shootings in the Carolinas and across the country. In urban communities, a lot of shootings out here, and I think that's something that we must stay on. And Lacey Lee, you know who that, or heard of her down here on the news in your area? Well, I think I'm watching Channel 2, CBS down here, and she's a reporter on the news, and she's the one that did the story tonight. And I made contact with her about the story tonight. And she said that she will be checking out this show. And I told her what you have done before in a sense of talking with the sheriff and how we deal with a lot of relationship topics, but we also deal with serious topics. So I told her that that's something that we keep our eye on around. So I just wanted to let the audience know that, you know, relationships is our thing, but Veronica saw the need, and Victor knows what's going on in the communities. And at times we need to touch the people, because too many people are getting shot and killed and too much violence going on in our communities. So
yes, definitely. Exactly. Shouts out to you putting Tangy Tea out there. Look at you making connections here in the Carolinas. Hello. Making boss moves.
Trying to.
What's up, Sandra? She said, yes, she knows her. She's on News 13.
There you go.
Sandra, how are you tonight? Sandra is speaking to everyone. Hey, Fatine. Hey, Veronica. Hey, Vic. Victor back in the closet. Yes.
There you go.
As always, Brian says, Vic, let me get that shirt in the background of where can I get that from?
I never give my sources for no decor or clothing.
Mm-hmm. Well, tonight, guys, first of all, welcome back to the tea. We are back with some hot topics. In the description, I say that we have 2 topics that we're going to be talking about tonight. One was an inbox to me, and one was a text message early this morning to me. So I'm going to jump on both topics. You know how we do. We never stay on one topic. We always go off topic onto another topic. But thank you, Sandra. Sandra said she really enjoyed the show Tuesday. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, the show was actually awesome Tuesday. Great job, guys. Victor, do you have something on your mind tonight? Because you've been quiet since we got on.
What do you want me to say, Veronica?
Backstage and all. Do you have some secrets to share with us?
No, I got to work tonight, so let's go ahead and
Oh. Make that money.
I was at work early today. I got off at 3, and I'm gonna go back in after we finish this show.
Okay. Make that money. Hey, Tamisha. Hey, everyone out there. Thank y'all guys so much for watching Tangy Tea of Life. Here we talk about any and everything. And tonight, it's going to be no different. So let's jump right into it. This one was inboxed to me, and one, she wanted to know our thoughts on this. It's very short, sweet, to the point. She said, my boyfriend is always commenting on his ex post on social media. Every time his ex posts a pic, he gives it a heart or thumbs up. Then he will leave a comment and say something like, looking good. When I confront him about it, he always get an attitude and says, I'm too sensitive and it's only social media. So she want to know how we feel about that. Should she be concerned with that? And is it disrespectful? Yes, it is disrespectful, because if you're with someone, this is my opinion only. If you're with someone, and I guess she didn't say if she's friends with the ex-girlfriend or not, or some people have their page is not private, so I guess she's able to see when he's commenting or whatever. But anyway, yes, I feel that it's disrespectful, because if you're in a relationship, why are you commenting on your ex post and saying things like you're looking good? That's disrespectful to me. If she's your ex, I don't think you have a right to go on her post, and especially every post. She's saying every time the ex posts something, he has something to say. He got a heart it or thumbs it up. I feel like that's disrespectful. And social media can get you in trouble, like for real. Like, you got to be careful with that. Like, if you're in a relationship, I feel like you should be respectful to whoever you are in that relationship with, and not, it's okay if you're friends with your ex on social media, that's cool. But to go and always hearting their post and leaving comments, I feel like that's disrespectful. How do you feel, Victor?
I think when she asks us if it's disrespectful, that's not our place to say. If she feels disrespected, then it's disrespectful. She's the one that's allowing this. So if he feels as if you're too sensitive and you don't like what he's doing, I mean, you already know you got 2 options: stay or leave. So I think a lot of women settle and they put up with things that they don't have to. But if you're not going anywhere, there's no point in keep bringing it up. So I don't do things like that. But if the person who I'm with, if they bring something to my attention and they say, well, Vic, I don't like you doing this or doing that, then if I respect that person, then I'll stop. Especially if I'm giving somebody else a compliment.
Yeah, I think that's going too far. That's too far. Fatine?
I mean, I kind of kind of agree with that. Let me choose the words carefully here. That it's being your ex and your significant other now is saying that's an issue. So if it's an issue, you should be concerned about that. And by making a statement that you're too sensitive, meaning that he wants to continue to do that, whatever that is. I don't know. We don't know why they are exes, what caused them to break up. So we don't know what their relationship. We don't even know if they have children there. But the comments and the hearts and looking good, that's beyond. Once that that's your ex and your significant other says that, from that perspective. Yeah.
Well, Marvin made a good point. He says if you got time to go look and see who heart or like someone pictures, you got too much time on your hands. That's true, because I don't have time to be trying to find out who heart and what and who's liking what. Like, so evidently she's looking for it.
Well, sometimes what happened is if you have mutual friends and you scroll up, you'll see it'll show one of your mutual friends, but more than likely she's going in there and looking at that kind of stuff. And if you got to check behind your man, then
right,
or anybody, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's just too much for me. Okay, moving on. Unless you guys got something else.
Ain't not much to say on that.
I mean, what else can you say about that?
She needs some ammunition so she can go back and use us tonight to say, see, I put that question out there and you see what they say. She needs some ammunition because it's really bothering him. Really bothering her.
But the thing about it is she shouldn't need a cosigner. Her word should be good enough to him. She shouldn't need nobody else to say, hey, you're wrong. See what they say. And I think that's a lot of times when we get into situations with two people that we'll look for validation from somebody else to tell our partner, like, look at them. And it shouldn't even be about, me bringing a third party into this to prove my point. It should be like, I feel this way, and I'm going to need for you either to respect the way I feel, or we can discuss, whatever it is we need to discuss. But, I find that when you start bringing other people into it or other people's opinions into it, then you're already losing. That's just how I feel.
Yeah. And because there's always two sides to every story.
Yes.
You bringing someone in, okay. But what's the other party saying? But yeah, I feel you on that, Victor. Guys, I feel a little
warm.
Yes.
I did not pick that one out.
Just a little, but yes, it is very disrespectful for him, and for him to say that she's sensitive and it's only social media. I mean, if the shoe was on the other feet, like how would he feel if she was commenting on her ex post? Like, would he like it? I doubt it very much so. And for him to leave a comment and say looking good, I mean, come on now.
With a heart.
For real, brother, you're going way too far.
But he's also sending a statement that, he still has something there special for that person. Something.
Right. That's to me, that's like telling her, I still think you fine. But still also, sexy girl.
For him to be that bold and to put open statements like that up under her post, not only is he not respecting the boundaries of his relationship, he's not respecting the boundaries if his ex has a relationship. So, I mean, this dude is just, to me, he's just crossing lines that shouldn't even be crossed. But, if he says it's harmless, then it's harmless. But, if the other person feels like, you shouldn't be doing it, then you shouldn't do it.
Okay. Right. I say respect. If you're in a relationship, it respect each other. You know what I'm saying? Like if she feel uncomfortable with you leaving comments like that, then you should respect her because you wouldn't want her doing it to you. It's all about respect when it comes to relationship. If you don't want it done to you, then don't do it to your significant other. Bottom line, period. Okay. Let's see what Sandra says. she may have a problem with that because he may not give her those same compliments. Y'all brought out great points about that Tuesday. Right. Fatine, you remember you were saying about how you need to comment
Yeah,
your
you have to
significant
comment.
other.
Yes, yes, because at the end of the day, people deserve and at time need those comments to for encouragement. No matter if you look good or whatever, you buy that new dress, you get your hair done or whatever. I mean, and you have someone in your life, they should notice these things and compliment because as they walk, especially when women are walking out in the street, and even men, I've seen some guys out there sharp in New York on the train or whatever, and women give them the wink or the AOK. And you know how the men gawk over. I mean, you can have on a dirty pair of jeans and a guy's gonna say something good to you. So hey,
Did you say a dirty pair of
a
jeans?
dirty pair of jeans, they gonna say something
Yeah,
that
because y'all don't care.
it's what they see in the jeans. That's it.
That's all. As long as she got that bootylicious, y'all
Mhm,
look good. Jeans can be dirty. You
mhm,
know,
mhm.
So clean clothes make the person.
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
I'm just making sure.
That's true.
I'm just making sure.
Mhm.
so you'll talk to someone with dirty clothes
I
on?
sure would, because I have on dirty clothes more than I have on clean clothes.
Not even work clothes. I'm not talking about work
I mean,
clothes.
that she could be getting off work.
No, it just regular clothes. Dirty and smelly.
Them girls, that don't make it. As long as that's clean, it's cool.
I don't know. I hear what you're saying, Veronica, and there are things that attract you, and there are things that repel you. So I do understand your point.
Thank you, Fatine.
I mean, I
Mhm.
understand it, but just because you got on clean clothes, you might have on dirty drawers. So, I mean, it is what it is.
That's why you look at certain little things about women, their feet, their this, their that.
Marvin said he got a washing machine. Hell, hey, for team, I take her clothes to the laundromat, bro.
Oh, you know what? Don't even start with the
That's
laundromat
the
thing.
spot, baby. We need to make a
So now
rap song about
I know
that.
y'all secrets about the
One of the
laundromat.
secrets, yeah,
Got people folding y'all clothes up,
Oh,
yeah.
no, 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 no. I just got them putting it in the wash machine to dry. I'm not
Cha
good.
cha.
folding your girls' panties and stuff. She thinking you fold them, and you got other women folding.
Nah, I'm folding my own clothes.
hmm All right, so this next topic was actually text to me this morning. So let's talk about this real quick. So it says it was a post and it was sent to me because it is a hot topic. So we're going to talk about it. It says, I don't know if I'm being petty here, but I feel like I'm not. So my ex husband remarried and he has kids with his wife.
Okay.
Wait a minute, I'm sorry. Before we move on, let me see what Sandra's saying. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. You have very respectful guys that give respectful compliments. Yep. Then you have those that go overboard and tell you to tell your man he a lucky guy. Exactly, a lucky guy. That's where you shut the compliments all the way down.
Mm.
Yeah, because you do have guys saying, "Oh, your man's so lucky." So it's if you continue with that conversation, it's gonna go on to something else. So yeah, I feel you on that, Sandra.
But see, that's being superficial, though. I mean, people, you. So unless I know you, for me to just sit here and look at you and say your man is so lucky, strictly off of what you look like, to me that's crazy. Because I know a lot of beautiful women who are just the most nastiest people, and I'm not talking about body wise. I'm talking about their attitude. That how okay you with somebody who look good, but you can't stand to be in the same room with them. So
Mm.
that whole thing talking about yo man, you so lucky, unless you know the inner workings of how this person really is, that statement shouldn't even mean anything to anybody.
Well, that's just game.
That's all it
That's
is.
just somebody trying
But
to
y'all fall for that though.
Mm.
That's the
push you.
thing.
No, y'all don't.
Let me just tell you this real quick. Yesterday in the Waffle House, it was two young ladies. I've been to the Waffle House a couple of times. I'm a talker. When I say, I'm just a friendly person. And there was a young lady yesterday, and honestly, she's a woman. She works in there, but she has a woman's body. But she doesn't look the age that she says. She says that she is 17. Her body didn't read 17. Did not read 17. It read 28 and above.
Mm.
And we kind of got into a discussion, and she said how she was at work once, and her father was in the location, and how she said a grown man kept hitting on her, and of course it was uncomfortable for her. I mean, this is a young lady here that's growing up to be a young woman, and she said she got so uncomfortable, but her father saw that, and he stepped to the guy, and I'm glad that he stepped to the guy, because at the end of the day, you know, men, come on, especially grown men, you got to be a little bit more responsible, and come on, that's down low. I mean, this is a young girl, and you just hitting, and come out to find out that she's 17 years old. It's crazy.
And you flirting with me in front of my father? That's a problem.
Well, she didn't know. He didn't know her father was in. He didn't know her father, because she said the guy didn't know her father was in the store. So that's why he stepped to him. He shouldn't have to. Exactly. And we got into a conversation about that. There was another young lady that walked in the hotel yesterday and just speak, hey, hello, you know, and her response was like a lady, but she looked like she was 16. So I said to her, I said, you look like you're a little girl, but you carry yourself like a woman. She said, I'm 28 years old. I said, you look like you're 16. And she said she gets that all the time. You never know. So guys, come on. I know how we move with respect.
Right.
Because somebody gonna knock your block off if you talk to their child or someone they know and they're underage, man. Because looks can be deceiving.
No grade, no play.
There you go.
No grade, no play.
I'm dead serious about that. No grade, no play, baby. If she ain't got no gray hair, you can go on about your damn business. I'll tell you that now. I don't know nobody who ain't got no gray hair. Because I got no. No grade, no play.
Yeah.
Oh, okay then.
And you look like you ain't got no gray hair, so you can.
I'm with you, Veronica, up here. I don't have no gray up there, you know.
Well, you wasn't even in the category, man.
I know.
I can move it along. Okay, then.
Yeah, you can move it
along.
All right, so here we go. All right, so like I said, this was text to me this morning for a hot topic. This was a post. All right, so I don't know if I'm being petty here, but I feel like I'm not. So my ex-husband remarried, and he has kids with his wife. She owns a business, and I found out that she makes almost $1 million a year. My ex works and gives me $900 a month in child support for our daughter, but I don't think it's fair. I told him that it would be nice if he sent me more for my daughter. He told me that his wife and his account are not together. But honestly, I want to take him and his wife to court to get the max amount I can for my daughter. I work from home and my husband is in the Army, but we are struggling. It would be nice to have that additional income that my daughter deserves. What do you guys think? I think you need to sit all the way down. Take 3 seats, as a matter of fact. How about that? So, you get $900 a month, which is a lot to, compared to some other females that are getting way less than $900 a month. Just because the wife make $1 million a year doesn't mean that money needs to go to you. Now, I don't know how the child support work, but now, I don't know if I'm wrong. Let me know if I'm wrong, because you guys may know Victor. So she remarried, he remarried. So is she still able to count his pockets?
It's all based on his income.
Exactly.
Not the wife income, right?
Not a bit. Not a bit. Not a joint bit. No.
So if she takes them to court, she's pretty much not gonna win. But
I
my
mean,
thing is,
that's just a waste of her money.
Yeah, and she may lose, and the judge may say, you know what, this 900 is too much. She better be careful.
right. So let's talk child support.
About what?
If you remarry and the wife it has income, the husband has income, of course. Should the income be combined?
No.
No, no. Now, Vic, let me just jump in here because I know you're gonna come with some brimstone and fire, baby. But let me just say this real quick. If you had a relationship, let's just say your daughter, first of all, see that's what I'm saying, the child support. Now, what if they had a great relationship where the wife of the husband and the father knows the ex, right? And they get along, not taking child support. Now he's giving out of his pockets, and the child's coming over, knows the stepmoms now. They may be a better relationship, and they may be more contribution to the child out of love from their heart. But once you're taking this man to court, now she could have taken him before he got remarried. But at the end of the day, she cannot be in that other woman's pockets, no matter how much she's making. Now, if she asks him, hey, listen, I shouldn't be in your pockets, but this is what I'm trying to do. And if you could give a little bit more, this is why I would like you to give a little bit more so it can go A, B, C, and she can show where this money can go or whatever, or do it the flip way, Veronica. Don't increase the child support. Ask the father, can you contribute more to your daughter and in some other things that he can purchase and buy and give to his daughter? I think that's the best way. But if you're going to ask to increase the child support, I would slam that door in her face so quick. She don't know what hit her. Vic?
I'm about to ruffle a few feathers.
Of course you are.
That's why I wanted to go first.
So if the child is the most important thing in this life, in life or your life or whatever, and you feel like money is an object, just send her with a father. It's that simple. So if she feels like, well, he can, I need more money, well, maybe you can't afford it. So if you can't make it off of 900 with that child, just send her with a daddy.
Ain't ruffling no feathers on that. That's common sense, bro.
Well, see, a lot of women ain't gonna want to take that because they're gonna still see a lot of times with child support, that child in check. There's a reason why they both start with C's, because they gonna you paying. So a lot of women ain't gonna willing to give it up. So they'll say, I can't afford to do this. You can give more, but then give me my child. That's it.
Yeah, that's right. If you feel the child is not getting what she is supposed to get, I believe she said it's a daughter, then you know what? Hey, I'll take my child and do what I need to do.
Because if my wife makes $1 million a month or $1 million a year, I'm pretty sure I can afford a really good lawyer, and we can manipulate that system that you don't get nothing.
There you go.
And I get my child. So a lot of women don't see that when a man makes more money, he can do more. He has the ability to do more for that child because he has a bigger disposable income. Now, do some guys do that? They probably don't. But the more money we make, so the woman wants to bring in more money. But for what? So if I'm paying child support and you getting by, and I get a raise of maybe $10, $15 more on the hour, then why can't I use that money to give my child gifts? Why I got to give you money so you can provide a better life for the child? That's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. And if she ruffle feathers, you know what? If she's making $1 million a year, you just said manipulate, he could possibly work for her off the books and don't claim no income, and then she don't get nothing. She better be careful.
I mean, because I feel like $900 a month for a child, one child. Yes. One child. I feel like that is a lot of money. Like, what are you doing with this $900 and you feel like you deserve more? Like, what is this child getting? Huh?
She got herself in some kind of financial trouble. Is she trying to keep up with what they got going on over there?
Yep, that's it, brother.
One of
That's
the
it. Yep. Because that million got her blind and saying, well, she's making about $1 million. They're not hurting for anything. And she is part of that situation because he's the father. So I deserve more. And that's that walk. See, that's where it gets that's where it caused more problems, man. I tell you.
Where?
It just caused more problems in relationships, and especially with children and child support and things like that. This is a good conversation here because we've never looked at it on the other end from a perspective of the household having money and the father's probably not hurting. But at the end of the day, for this woman to say, well, the wife is making about $1 million and honestly saying, well, I think he should give more, or I'm thinking about taking him to court. Well, the bottom line, it doesn't work like that. It's not about a joint situation. It's about what he makes. Yeah, he's the one that made that child.
I feel like at this point, it is definitely bigger than the child. For one, there's probably a little jealousy going on there. He remarried. Mm-hmm. This woman is making $1 million a year, making more than what she's making. She's saying that her husband is in the army. They're struggling. So now you're looking at it as, okay, he's over here living this luxurious life, and here I'm struggling with this man that I'm with. I don't like it, so I'm gonna take his ass to court so that we can get more money for my child. Like, she's looking at it for all the wrong reasons. I feel like it's bigger than the child at this point. You guys agree?
Of course.
Yeah. So I just feel like if you're doing it for the child, I understand. But if you're doing it for selfish reasons, that's when I have a problem with the women out here taking these men to court for child support.
Yeah. You know what? She doesn't say if she has another child or if there's another child involved, but if she's in a relationship, I think she says her man is in the army, husband, whatever. And if she has another child, see, this is going to cause, this can cause friction between two children because of different fathers, you understand, in different households and how that money is being dealt with. You understand? See, because that father can go to court and say, you know what, I'm giving the mother $900, but at the end of the day, I don't feel, she says she's struggling, I don't feel that my child is getting the benefit of this $900, and I want to do more for my child. And he's going to possibly file, like you just said, Victor, he's going to file for honestly, what do you call that? Full custody. That's what he's going to file for, and let her get the weekends.
Well, he'll get joint custody, then the child support will stop. If you get joint custody, it'll just stop.
Yeah, so she better be careful.
Right. And Shanika says, child support is to help support the child, not to take care of her. And that's where a lot of people get it twisted.
Women, say a lot of women
get it twisted. Well, yeah,
I didn't want to say it, but yeah, that's where a lot of women get it twisted. Like, it's not about.
Wait, blow a bomb for that. There you go.
It's not about you. It's about the child. Like, stop trying to pay your car note. Stop trying to pay your house payment. Stop trying to do all these things with the child support money and use it. What it's for is for the child. That's why it's called child support. Right. And I get it. The child is up under your roof. The child needs a car to get where you guys need to get. You need to get groceries. You need to do this. You need to do that. Because some women, because you know, that is some of the women's excuses. They're like, okay, the child is here with me. The child is up under my roof. So that means, yes, you need to help pay for this house. Yes, you need to help put gas in this car. Yes, you need to help me pay this car note because my child has to get to school. My child has to get this. I have to go get around to go get groceries, blah, blah, blah. So they include all that as child support.
Right. And don't they, and Victor, I mean, I again, I know some about child support, but from the financial point of view, but like I said, and I'm not 100% sure about this, the father can say and take her to court and say, I can provide a better life for her. and they can look at this and weigh this. See, this is what it's about. Who can honestly, it's not because you're the mother, it's about who can honestly provide better for that child. And it's not just about financial, it's about the whole circumstance.
Well, what happens is, oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, I want you to jump in.
What happens is what they'll do is they'll so if that comes up, they'll provide a guardian at light or guardian ad litem, however you say that thing, and that person will come and spend activities or spend the day with the parents and kind of see, what's a normal day for that child, and they'll talk to the child and all if they're old enough. But the problem is that parents like to do that extra shit when the guardian ad litem or whatever it is that comes over. So all of a sudden they'll plan a zoo trip or they'll plan this or plan this. And that's normally not what they normally do. But I think what that guardian ad litem is looking for is stability. Mm-hmm. But in order for that child to be removed out that mother's home, it has to be some extenuating circumstances. Now, the father can fight and file and get joint custody, but it's usually it's a one-sided thing. Like, it's no brainer. These children should be with their father, and the child at a certain age can choose which household they go to. But even if that child chooses to live with the father, he can still have to pay child support to that mother, depending on what that judge says.
Right. I think Cheryl hit it right on the point tonight, where she says this sounds like some jealous stuff.
Yeah, that's what I said. He moved on. He's with this lady that's making $1 million a year. Like, she's looking salty. The other lady is looking salty right now. Mm-hmm. Like, damn. He's living this lavish lifestyle, and here I am struggling with a man that's in the army. I'm so mad. I need more money. Like,
well, the funny thing is about the military is that she's probably getting more money than is required, and it's not coming out of his check. That is the craziest thing about the military when it comes to child support, that the man actually makes more money by having a child, even though it goes to the actual child. So it doesn't even come out of his check. It doesn't even affect his check.
But she's not getting child support from the man in the army. That's actually her husband. Right. But she's saying that they're struggling.
Hold up. Her husband's in the army and they're struggling?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so so that means that there's something that they're doing that's wrong, because they have base housing and they don't even pay for base housing. They get a B, and if they don't live in base housing, they get a BEQ allowance. Yeah, they get a BEQ or BHQ, something like that allowance. That's, if your house payment's $1,000, they usually give you like $1,700 for all your bills and expenses if you live off base. So if they're struggling and he's in the army, I don't see that as self-inflicted. Because I know all branches of the military pay the same. He is getting, her husband is getting a substantial amount of money to live wherever they're living at. She's just not. They're not managing their money that well.
Yeah, $900 a month. He's getting a good salary. He's bringing in some good money for $900 a month for that child, for one child. Yeah. It's about
so that means they're both are doing very well, him and the new wife.
I would say he makes about $28 an hour if he's making probably a little more than that for $900 a child, depending on what state he's in.
Exactly.
So, and back to her comment, this is what she says: I work from home and my husband is in the army, but we are struggling. And it would be nice to have that additional income that my daughter deserves.
See, she's saying deserves, but I don't see how anybody that's married in the military is struggling, because they pay for everything. They pay for everything. And people don't realize how much money these guys actually acquire in the military. These guys can bank their whole check every month. I mean, it's ridiculous amount of money you can make once you marry in the military. It's us single guys that don't get but it is what it is.
Do tell.
I just did.
So Sandra says, if you can't afford to get those bundles, an outfit, and do the same for your kids, stop begging for more money because you blowing what you got on City Grill every week, buying everybody around and balling on a budget. You do have good mothers out there. Let me make that very clear.
Who going to City Grill?
Honey.
Ain't nobody going to City Grill to buy no drinks.
Well, wherever they going, stop acting like you balling.
And we definitely ain't going to the loft no more either.
Hey, cut it out. Stop it.
You won't find me in there.
Now you calling names. We'll talk after the show.
When I said City Grill, it was cool. But when I say the loft, I ain't going in there no more, man.
Okay. I have friends at the loft.
Okay, that's fine. They won't get no more of my money, I can tell you that. But that's another topic. But anyway.
Yes, exactly. Brenda says she better befriend that new wife, LOL, or her husband need a part-time job.
That's it. And I said that if they had that relationship, then the child support maybe had been cut off. And if they were working as a nucleus, and as Victor said, it's about the child, that child may get more. But at the end of the day, the way she's going, I'm telling you, it leaves us. It seems like they were in a relationship. They broke up for whatever the reason. She took his ass for child support because he probably made a good salary. He wound up meeting someone who happens to have her own business and pulls in a good salary, and they are doing very well for themselves at the end of the day. And now she is feeling, like you said, salty for some reason. We know why. And she wants to be greedy and she wants more. We understand the mindset, but she don't deserve more, and that's the problem.
Exactly.
So that's it.
Well, I just feel like it's a lose-lose situation for her. So it is what it is, man. It is what it is.
Yep. Cheryl, Fatina's, I don't want to read that. Fatina's right. Maybe she should just ask him if he can give. Okay, you got it. Fatina's right. Go ahead.
Maybe she should just ask him if he can give some more money and tell him what it's for. And I'll tell her, hell no. I'll give you nothing.
Nope. No. I can provide it for my own child.
Yes, that's the thing. But why do women feel like that when I start making more money, that I have to give you money in order for you to provide gifts for the child? I can provide my own gifts. You provide your own gifts. But it is what it is.
But you're the man, and you're supposed to be providing for our kids. So if I ask for more, I deserve more.
No
questions asked. Okay.
No,
and why do we have to go to court for this anyway? You should be man enough to want to pay more for your child.
It sounds like they broke, because it sounds like they broke up, and she went out there and dipped. Something is not. They're not on the same page for whatever the reason is. We don't know why, but she's getting the child support and he's doing his thing. And I don't think, they're not hurting for anything. So.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I normally go with the ladies, but I feel like she is wrong on this one.
Did you just swap twice?
Swap? What does that mean?
Yeah, I told you. I told you that. I told you why she.
What does that mean, sir?
Do tell.
What do you mean?
I think we sipping tea tonight.
Check it.
Oh man.
Woo! Do tell.
Check check your messages. How about that?
I did. I do see that. I see it.
Okay,
I see it.
good. All right.
Yeah.
What's up, Nakia? She says, shaking my head. I'm late. Good evening. Good
Hey,
evening.
Nakia.
Everyone that's joining us right now. We was on two topics. First topic was about the boyfriend that disrespects his girlfriend by commenting on his ex post, always hearting and thumbs up in his ex post, saying that she looked good and all of this stuff. And like we were saying, if you're in a relationship, you shouldn't be disrespecting your significant other,
Right,
like
right.
commenting and stuff on your ex's posts. Like I
That's right.
do feel like a lot of people do a lot when it comes to social media. Like some people just don't know how to tone it down. Like some people really go overboard when it comes to social media, and they just lose respect,
Yep.
for who they're with.
Yep.
And you have to be mindful. Like I feel like anything you do, like when you're in a relationship, you need to think about that person that you're with. Like, would you feel good if that person was doing it to you? Like, would you feel good if, like, if I was to do something? Would I feel good if I would do that to my man? If my man was doing it, like, how would I feel if he did it? You know what I'm saying? Like, people don't think that way. But
Nope, they don't see it. And sometimes, anger or whatever could blind it. But you're right. It's sometimes they dish it out. And if you dish it back, boy, they can't deal with it or can't take it. Or
right,
why are you doing this?
men,
That's
men,
not always to say. It's not always the case. Trust me. Trust me. It's
you
not,
can't handle the truth.
you know.
You
Yeah, but
can't
man,
handle.
I think men can handle the truth. I think at the end of the day, in the beginning, it's the point of just belaboring the same crap over and over and over and over, and that's the problem. That's the problem. That see men. If we did something wrong, we got it. We understand. We apologize. That's it. Some men don't apologize. Some men is just not that kind of person. At the end of the day. But if you continue to belabor it, it's just going to make things worse. That's all to it.
That's true. But I mean, my thing is, um, once I apologize, maybe that second time, I'm not apologizing anymore. I mean, that's up to you to either accept it or don't. So
I feel like you shouldn't have to keep apologizing for the same thing.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? After you apologize that one time, or like you said, two times, I feel like that should be enough. Like, are you going to accept my apology or not? Can we move on from it? Because if we keep bringing it up, we both going to just end up getting mad all over again about the same thing that I just apologized for. So can we move on from that? You know?
you're right. You're all right.
Why do people stay? Why do people stay? And I don't. And I'll say this to the host, Veronica. I have an idea, but I'll share it with you. Since we have our viewers out there, maybe they should
Mhm.
throw a couple of questions at us tonight as a topic and see if something sticks, and we'll roll with that as we're conversing here at the end of the day. But my question now is why do some people stay in toxic relationships? Why do they stay in toxic relationships if it's
Because
not getting better?
because of the sex.
Sex, and because people are comfortable. When you get comfortable, it's kind of hard to move on. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're comfortable in that relationship, you know this person from A to Z, and just the thought of trying to get involved with someone new and having to learn someone new all over again. It's like me at my age, I don't feel like going through all that. Like I don't want to have to deal with that. Does that make sense?
I
Like I
mean, you
just feel like people just get comfortable where they're at and they just stay like, okay, I'm good here. He get on my nerves. He do this, he do that. But I'm good because I don't want to get back out here in this dating game. Like I don't want to have to learn someone all over again. So I feel like a lot of people, once again, I may be saying stuff over and over, but I feel like a lot of people get comfortable in their relationship and don't want to move on to something new. So they get
yeah,
comfortable
they're comfortable or
in the
it's
sex.
yeah, sex, and sometimes the sex is gone, and sometimes it's I want to use what you say, comfortable, but I want to back up from the word comfortable and just say the whole inconvenience of just what it was and what it was supposed to be. It's not that no more. And sometimes you're just holding on. You just don't know how to move. You just don't know how to move. But when it gets to the point where it's just not beneficial for both people, then it should be something that, honestly, if it's not beneficial, then it honestly should be mutual on both parts to say, hey, you don't want to go through it again. But if you're not getting anything out of this and it's bringing misery and issues and problems, then it's just not healthy. It's nothing that's healthy to be in like that, unless
Right.
your health is there and you can't help that and control your health at the end of the day, and you have to deal with that. That's something different. But when you're in a relationship, married, not married, whatever the situation is, and I used to look at the people in Hollywood, why they get so many divorces. But maybe they doing something. I'm not saying they're doing something right because getting a divorce is right. But if they're not happy, it's time to get out of it. So
Yeah, and we always say it's easier said than done to, when someone say, "Oh, just walk away. You're going through this, you're going through that, you in this toxic relationship, just leave." But it's not that simple. It's not that simple. And I want to go to what Noah says.
What?
If if she has good walls and them walls have teeth in them, once those teeth start biting, it doesn't matter how toxic she is, you won't leave right away. And that's what he's, of course, we all know we grown here. He's talking about sex. If the
Is he really?
sex,
yeah, I think so.
yeah, if the sex is good, a lot of people put sex up here and the toxic stuff below it because the sex is so good, and they like, okay, I'm going to stay just because of the sex. You see what I'm saying? Like we know sex is not in your top 5, Victor, but it's in a lot of people's top 5. Like if the sex is
For now.
slamming,
For now, it is.
Yeah.
But as you get older, it'll change.
Yeah. And even if the sex, let's flip it. Even if the sex is not that great, sometimes the other person is like, they don't want to vision that someone else is sexing their partner. You understand what I'm saying? Because of that jealousy. So when I
Right.
broke up out of my marriage, what I did is I took a picture. I took a picture of her child's father and put them up on the dresser. So every time I walked by that dresser, I would see them. I didn't run from that. I didn't run from that picture. I was like, he's giving it to her good. Because that's the thing you're running from. When you break up sometime out of a relationship and they are going back to somebody that's in their past, you just think about, you try not to think about it. Man, hell with that. Just get that out the way.
Wait.
I was like, look, deal with that.
You put both of their pictures on your
They had a picture. Yep. And they would, because she had a picture, put their picture up on the dresser. And I saw it and I was like, they're back together. That's the reality of it. And 15, time to move on. And that's what I did.
Well, different strokes for different folks.
Yep.
You do things that's going to satisfy your mind that may not satisfy my mind. Because to me, damn it, I don't want to see you and your new person.
You said
Every time I walk by my dresser, damn that, I don't want to see you all.
Don't matter to me. Hell with it.
No.
Yeah, I'll put that picture up there.
I would try to visualize like something else. Like I don't want to walk.
But you run from that. See, what you just said is that you don't want to visualize that, but you're fighting that inside your head anyway. I'm not talking about somebody new. I'm just talking about somebody that she was once with. You understand what she was still in love with this guy. And when I realized that and we were married, at the end of the day, I wasn't going to sit there until she figure out that she's whatever. So she was back with him. So that's it.
So that was your way of saying, okay, she's with this dude.
Yep. And instead of running from the picture, I wonder why she's back with him. No, she's back with him. They back together. They doing it. and let me just deal with that straight up, because sometimes you're fighting not to deal with that because you're trying not to think of those things, and those are the things that claw at you.
But I feel like putting pictures up will make me think even more. You know what I'm saying? Because I
I
have to
just want to
walk
get
by
it. I
that
just want to
picture.
deal with it right off the back. I just want to deal with. Again, it was new for me. I'm 24 years old at that particular time. This was new to me. So if I was 44, probably maybe I wouldn't have done it. But I was 24. It hurt at that time when I was in it. But then when I realized it was over, it might as well just deal with it,
Yeah.
and then still realize I was still in the funk. So that's why I said, when I come home, instead of coming home to an empty house, I worked a second job. And by the time I came home, I had time to watch a little bit of television and go to sleep and then do that cycle all over till I got back on that horse. And once I got back on that horse, and then I stayed single for about 3.5 years, because you have that baggage from a relationship that failed. So you don't want to bring that baggage into something new.
Yeah. And it took you 3 years to
3.5 years, yeah.
woo. Yeah, Mr. Sammy, whatever works for you, Fatim.
There you go. That's right,
That's
Mr.
exactly
Sammy.
right. Cheryl says, the words of the late great Biggie Smalls. If the head right, Biggie there every night.
I hear you. Poison.
But why do we let sex take control of our minds?
Because
I mean, not me, but I'm just saying, yeah.
No.
Yeah, no. You ain't getting off like that. That's crazy. Yeah.
I'm just throwing a question out there. Like, why do we let
No, you're not. You speak.
Sex is a super strong emotion that is almost close to eating. It's a very strong emotion, and it's not something that if you enjoy and can do well, and that's a strong emotion. So when you are dealing with someone in a relationship, you consider them yours. I've talked about this ownership. In a relationship, we look at the person, especially men, we own them. That's ours. That's my man. That's my woman. You understand what I'm saying? So it's ownership. And the sex is a strong emotion. Ooh, that's a powerful thing there.
It is.
People have went to war for sex.
Whew.
Well, see, when it comes to sex, your brain is releasing all kind of chemicals, and there's a lot of frustration you can get out, and then there's a big release. For us, there's a big release. For y'all, there's multiple, maybe sometimes. But I think it's more or less of that in for us. I can just speak for us, that end result, that here. Yeah.
Really?
And plus, I could work out a lot of my problems, in my mind throughout, us having sex. So
yeah. You know what? I'm gonna tell you. I laugh at this, but having sex in the morning before going to work, I remember that strutting your step. You going to work. Good morning. How you doing? And I've seen it with women with the endorphins being released. I've seen women frustrated and bitchy and grumpy. As soon as they get a good, you know what? How you doing?
One.
You remember Baby Boy?
In the morning,
she got that good piece. She can't clean up that house, cooking that breakfast. In the morning, buddy. Boy, you be stepping to work. Boy.
I'm going back.
How you doing? Going to.
Oh shit! You done messed up my whole day.
Man, no, you didn't, boy. You get that, and you got to go to work. You start your day off right, baby. You be flying.
My day off sleep. But see, you know what? I tell you this. I know some women. I can say some women. I've been in relationships where I'll be planning I guess everybody's different. I'll be planning to do something or whatever. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go out with the fellas, and they'll be like, "Well, let me give you this right quick." I'm in for the night, man. I don't even want to.
That's a wrap.
That's it. I'm done. You know what I'm saying? Fuck it. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know about you, man. It wasn't me. Not in my 20s and 30s. Hell no,
Well, I'm not
man.
20 or 30 anymore.
Shoot. I'm just saying. That's what I'm saying, you know. I'm just saying.
So you can't hang anymore, is what you're saying.
I mean, you
The
take it
rap.
however you want to. I'm gonna get this.
That's some sleep. You like Bernie Mac. You better get yours when I get mine. 'Cause if you don't get yours when I get mine, you know, shoot.
Well,
He said it. Fix it in the morning.
I ain't doing nothing in the morning.
Oh man, boy, you run to work, boy. That's better than a strong cup of coffee, buddy. What are you
I mess
talking
around
about?
and go to climb up the side of a vessel and fall down. That's exactly what happened.
climb up what?
The side of a vessel and fall down. That's exactly what happened.
Oh,
I'll be
Veronica, do tell about the morning. Do you have any
Sit there.
experiences about the morning?
I do not.
Welded and nod off.
I don't know what you're speaking of.
Oh, okay. I got you. I forgot you wearing. I forgot you wearing that shirt in the back of Victor's closet. I'm sorry.
Hello. That's right. Victor and I both.
You ain't got no shirt. You ain't got no damn shirt.
I'm just saying. But yeah, a lot of people do let sex control their mind. Like the sex can be great and they will stay in a relationship just because of that. Like the relationship can be toxic as it can come, but because of that, they stay there. They
stay there, but they're not there. You know what I'm saying? They stay there, but they're not really there. That meaning that their mind not be there. They may go out and flirt. They may take that lunch with somebody. They are starting to stray because the sex, like I said, you know, somebody asked the question, which is more important, trust or love? And I say, you know, if you don't trust the person, you can love a person, but if you don't trust them, you honestly don't really have a relationship. Yeah. I mean, some people will stay together, but if you don't trust the person, you really don't have anything. So when that sex is good, but the relationship is tarnished and it's not good, yeah, they'll be there for a little bit, but their mind is straying. Everybody is straying. You understand? So.
And see, when your mind starts straying, that's not good because then you start looking for other options, and then things start happening. You start stepping out and all of that, and that's when it comes back to conversation. You need to have that conversation with your significant other and let them know how you feel before you make these bad choices that you're thinking about making. Like that's when you need to have conversations. Conversation is so important. We talk about this like every show when it comes to relationships. Like if you're not conversating with your significant other, like there's a problem. And Victor just learned this because he never wanted to conversate. Like he always be like, okay, deuces. I'm not talking. I'm out. But now the new Victor wants to have a convo.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I want to have a convo, but it's warranted. It should happen. Mm-hmm. Not about what I want, but it's healthy to have a conversation.
Yeah. Nakia said, once you emotionally disconnect from that person, it's a wrap. And you know what? It's a wrap. You know, and honestly, you can always have love for a person. A person could be a good person. But it's just that the relationship is just going in a different direction. And when that happens,
what do you do?
Yeah, especially when there's not anger. See, that's the difference. When there's not anger, you kind of stay. Some people know from the beginning, if this is not working, I'm out. Then some people, they are good-hearted people. They don't want to do something that they feel is detrimental or is bad. But I'm learning now that, you know, when it's over, it's over. And that's all I've learned that. And the longer you stay in it and it's toxic, it's the worst that it can be on both people. And not only both people around you. You wind up pulling other people in, and that's not good. That's not good at all.
And that's what I say all the time. Like, you know when it's over. No one else can tell you when it's over. You know when it's over. And yeah, like Nakia said, once you emotionally disconnect from that person, that's a wrap. Like no one wants to be emotionally disconnect. You know what I'm saying? Deanna says Victor White will talk when he gets with the right woman. Most definitely he will.
Deanna's calling your card, bro. Hey, Deanna, what's up, young lady?
He know it. He knows
He
it.
put that Kool-Aid smile. He put that Kool-Aid smile on.
He know
Victor,
it.
I'll tell you, man.
He's
Victor,
definitely going to open up like never before. But you know, it takes for us to go through things and to learn from it and know what to do in the next relationship. Like if you don't learn from your past relationships, there's no need to carry over to a new relationship. Like for real, if you don't learn anything from your past, then there's no need to jump into a new relationship because you're going to carry the same thing with you from the past relationship, which makes more sense.
If you was the cause of the breakup,
right? Good
only
point.
If
you're good,
I mean, I feel like everyone in a relationship has something that caused that little itch in that relationship. Not saying that that was the main problem why it didn't work out, but I feel like everyone has a little itch to make that relationship crumble just a little. Like I said, you may not have been that main problem. Y'all don't agree with that? No one's perfect.
No. I'm just thinking of something about Victor, and I know I'm older than Victor, but I've seen, off the show, and we got a chance to talk on some things. And I don't know what he's laughing about because this ain't nothing bad. It's just that I'm gonna tell this. What I'm gonna say is that he's a wise brother. And at the end of the day, I'm older, but because I'm older, don't mean that his experience or his level of understanding is not there. And there's some things that after the show, sometimes two brothers want to chop it up, and we just haven't had a chance because we always running, because we have things to do. But in relationships, the older you get, if you are wiser and smarter and don't want headaches, you're going to choose differently. You're not going to be as wild out and bushy tail as you was when you was in your 20s and your 30s. If you done been through a couple of relationships and now you in your 50s or 60s, and you getting ready, you're by yourself and another person comes into your life, you're not looking to play those kind of games. Nor you understand, you're not going to be checking phones, you're not checking bags.
Exactly.
You understand there's going to be understanding, and you feel this amongst that person because both of y'all are grown-ups now,
right?
And you know that you are in that last quarter of life. That last quarter could be another 40 years, but in those 40 or 30, whatever those years are in that last quarter, if you are wise and a reasonable person, you don't want a lot of mess.
Right.
And you want to put into what you have now.
Exactly. Time out for the games.
That's it. So that's what made me look and say, you know what? If something is not working, then, you don't know what the future is going to hold, but I know what's not working now. And if this is not working now, don't have to have animosity. I don't have to have animosity and anger towards the person at the end of the day. It's just that because I noticed that a lot of times when people break up, when there's animosity, sometimes they can wind up communicating and dealing with each other. At the end of the day, that anger, all that, because you emotionally drawn into that, that's where it becomes toxic.
Yeah. I feel like at a certain age, and we're all at a certain age, like you said, like it's time out for things that we used to do when we was younger in our 20s and 30s. Like
I gotta say this because it's on my lips. I'm sorry, I hardly do this. It's time out for the bullshit. And
Yeah.
I'm saying it's time out for the bullshit. You don't have time. You in your you trying to make money. You're trying to get to that where you can just enjoy life. You're trying to retire. You're trying to get somewhere and make up for lost time. You ain't got time for nonsense.
Right. Exactly. I don't got time to be checking no phones and all of that
Mm-mm.
crap. Putting GPS to see where you're at and all of that. Like, no one has time for that. Either you're gonna be with me or you're not.
That's it. And if you want to, and if you don't want to be in a relationship and do the things that are committed between what you and that person agree upon, then don't make that commitment. Just don't make that commitment, because then you're going to make somebody miserable if you want to move as a free man,
Right.
but then you want to have dinner and breakfast cooked at home. So I got to have a woman in my life. Come on, man. That's not cool.
Right.
Well, some people priorities are messed up. Some people want companionship,
Yeah,
but then they want love. As long as the other person, I think, agrees to that, or they feel the same way, I think it's like an equal trade-off. You have these older guys that want to be with these younger women and give them money, the sugar daddy, sugar baby. But if both parties agree,
Yeah. I
but
mean,
somebody's going to end up getting hurt because I think that whole relationship is based on some bullshit. But
yeah.
eventually somebody's going to get hurt.
Yeah, because I feel like someone's not being honest. Because somebody definitely want more than what they're saying.
Mm-hmm.
I do feel like when it comes to making agreements like that, someone is actually lying because someone wants more out of that situationship than what they're saying. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like if I'm with someone and they're saying, "Oh, I just want to be friends," but here I step out and I'm having dinner with someone else, and you see it, you be hurt by it, but you said that you only wanted to be friends. So why is there a problem because I'm having dinner with someone else, or I'm going to the movies with someone else? It all comes down to being honest with that person. Like, don't say you want this, but then you get mad when this happens. So when it comes to like situationships like that, I just feel like someone is going to get hurt from that.
You know what? I was just sitting here thinking about good women and good men. And I was thinking about, and I'm not going to call no names, it's not necessary, but I just thought of 3 good women. One was my brother's wife, a good woman, church going woman, just a good person. And 2 other women I thought of. And then I thought about my father, and I thought about my father as me. That's my father, and I can point out if my father did something wrong or my mother. I'm not so caught up that because they're my parents, they didn't do wrong.
Mhm.
But I was asking myself, I look at my father's a good man. I must just say that off. And he was a provider. He was a good man. But if he saw a cute woman walk down the street, he was never the gawky type of a man. He was just never that. But he would appreciate a beautiful woman. He would appreciate that. And my moms knew that. But he was not the type. Hey, babe, my father wasn't that type of man. But if he smiled or he there was a conversation with somebody, in a respectable way, that's my father. And I consider that still being a good man. And by flirting, I just don't think how you do it. I still don't say because a man may flirt means that he's a bad man. I don't know how you may look at it, Veronica, as a woman and the women on here. When I use the word flirt, I'm talking about not trying to get up in a woman's pants. I'm just talking about a compliment. Hey, sister, that's a beautiful dress you got on this morning as you go.
Are you making this? Are you making these compliments when I'm around you, or are you making these compliments
I
when
mean,
you're by
you
yourself?
may most of the
Please
time
don't
by
make it around me.
by yourself, because at the end of the day, you showing your unless that's between you and that person and you can make that interesting. But I'm just saying, by yourself, because you could be by yourself and say to a brother, man, that's you wearing that suit today, my brother, and keep it moving.
Women can't give compliments because it's always going to be perceived as they trying to, what. Some men can't take compliments. They can't.
Older woman taught me, She told me, you got to learn as a man to take a compliment. She taught me that. She said, you have to learn how to take
Yeah.
a compliment and be graceful about it, and don't miscrew it and to turn it into something that it may not be. Sometimes it may be that, Victor, and you feel that energy. You can feel that energy.
You
But
right.
if a sister, yeah, but if your sister say, yo, bro, that's a good, it's a good choice of shoes that you picked out with that suit, and keep it moving,
But
you
who's
got
going
to
to
just
say
say
that?
thank you and keep it moving,
I'm telling you, but see, the thing what Fatim is saying is we're gonna give y'all if it's some men watching this, we're gonna give y'all a little swag to it. If a woman give you a compliment, the best thing to do is to thank her and keep it pressing.
Keep it moving.
Keep it moving, baby.
Because that further, if she sees you again, she's going to automatically assume that you're no longer a threat. You might not want her, whatever. And good things are going to always come from that. But you shouldn't have to press up on everybody who says that you look good. Right. You see what I mean? So I think for the younger guys, if a woman, especially an older woman, gives you a compliment, or older, good-looking woman gives you a compliment, just take it and keep it moving.
Keep it moving, baby. That's it.
Yeah, because I wouldn't do it, but I'm saying, like, if a woman goes into a
what?
man,
You just set yourself up for something just now, but I'm not gonna say it.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. But Veronica,
because I said I wouldn't. No, I was going to say I
what if
wouldn't
you're
do it.
single? What if you're single, Veronica?
I'm talking about. I was going to say going into someone's, let's just say, inbox on social media and being like, "Hey, you look good."
Of course, you're not supposed to do that because there's receipts behind that. We're just talking about if you see somebody in general,
in public.
A lot of people get caught up in doing things that can be reported back. Not to be sneaky, but if you're gonna give somebody a compliment, definitely don't inbox them and give them a compliment.
You got a lot of people doing it,
and I mean, because they're just retarded. But the thing about it is that if you see that person, you can say, "Hey, you look nice." To me, that's a whole lot more personal, and that can go a long way than you send me an inbox saying,
right?
"Hey, you look good today," and that's just like, you know what?
I've seen it. I've seen a woman and a brother on the train. I mentioned this once before, and I don't know who spoke first, but they kicked it. And for about 4 stops, the whole train car was intrigued into that conversation. And it was back and forth. And it was just respectful, but creative. And so, I look at communication as artwork. And if you're single, sometimes let it roll, because sometimes that just can make your day. A conversation. When somebody can be a conversationist, man, that's a mother. Especially if you're single, roll with it, baby.
And a lot of people don't have. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna let y'all in a little portion of my life. I had a conversation with someone a couple weeks ago for 3.5 hours, bro. Non-stop. 3.5 hours. And it was
on the phone, you saying?
On the phone. I mean, I'm not talking about just sitting there and you get off the phone. I'm talking about at one time 3.5 hours. And I was like, and not one time was there like a whole bunch of silence.
Yeah,
and that was crazy.
It rolled.
It's not crazy in a bad way.
It was smooth, right?
It was cool, but then the thing about it was it leaves you wanting more. And more and more and more. Yeah.
But if you single,
so what happened?
It's different. Yeah.
What happened? It didn't lead to more? Because I feel like if you can stay on the phone with somebody for 2-3 hours,
it can lead to more.
Right. So you're gonna leave us hanging? Are you gonna tell us more about this story? Like, what's going on? Like, what happened? What's the purpose of you telling us this and you're gonna leave us hanging?
He's typing.
Come on. Did you freeze up? Like, what's the bottom line of you telling us that was the what?
Fatim said that the lady on the
train,
they was intrigued by the conversation, and he was talking about people being conversationalists. If you single, that should be,
Mhm.
a thing. And I was just sharing that I had a conversation with someone for 3.5 hours.
Yeah, just pointing out that
Was
it
it
can.
one time, two times, three times? Like how many
He
times
said,
did you?
he said once. She playing that I want to say shout out to my cousin
So
Angel.
evidently nothing happened from that 3 hour conversation.
You form whatever opinion you want to form, but you ain't getting nothing else out of me.
remember, remember what his shirt says, and he said what he's doing for the rest of 2021. So
Right. Okay, I just thought there was a backstory behind that.
The backstory, it was no. There is a backstory, but
but
it's no point of telling the backstory.
But isn't it good when you can have a conversation with someone like that, like nonstop? You know,
Sometimes,
sometimes okay.
as long as you're productive, as long as you're productive. But it was cool. It was cool.
Yeah.
mhm. I like to hear the crickets being played. But no, yeah, it's that's why I said that it'd be nice to have some guests on that are really truthful, that have been in relationships for a long period of time, that see that are going good, and talk about how they keep it moving, how they keep it fresh.
Yeah.
Because in the beginning of a relationship, you feel those butterflies and you feel all that high. How do you keep that? Like they say, if you get high, or you can't get that high back. But what do
Yeah.
you keep to keep that relationship going? And when you have those tough, challenging moments, how do you get by and get through those challenging moments, and give that advice to folks? It's important.
Yeah, it is important. You have to do, I've learned that you have to do new things. Like you can't, I'm going back to that word, you can't get comfortable in a relationship. Like you can't keep doing the same things over and over again until you get stuck to that same
Mm,
routine
mm,
day in, day out. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to do different things, whether it's going to the movies more than once a week. You go or once a month, like doing a picnic in the park. Like you have to use your
mm,
imagination and you have to step out and do new things that you're not used to doing in order to keep that flame burning. You know
mhm,
what I'm saying? Like you can't just get stuck in that zone and continue to do the same thing. Oh, well, I know what's going to happen. I'm gonna wake up. I'm gonna cook breakfast. I'm gonna go to work for 8 hours. We're gonna come home. I'm gonna cook dinner. We're gonna sit down. We're gonna relax a little, watch TV. Then we're gonna go to bed. May have sex. That's it. Next morning, same routine. Get up, cook breakfast. We get ready, go to our 9 to 5, come back home, cook dinner, watch a little TV, rest up, go to bed. May have
mhm,
sex. Same thing constantly. If you don't change that effect, something different is going to get old. And then if someone new approaches you and you don't have that strong mind and someone new, then you're going to want to try something new. Are you laughing at me, Victor?
No, I'm not. But go ahead.
But you have to keep things going. You have to keep it burning or it's
yeah,
going to get old and tired. Like,
mhm,
and some people like the old and tired. I don't know,
mhm,
but I'm just saying how to keep things spiced up. You have to do different things in a relationship to keep it going.
yeah,
That's what I learned.
yeah. And also to the children that become grown-ups and have children, that the parents gonna love being grandparents. I'm not a grandparent as of yet, but I see my cousins do well with it. But then one of my male cousins was talking to me the other day, and he was like, it got to be a break. It can't always be the grandkids all are always around, because we raised our kids. When do we get that break? So you raise your kids so that they can go on, so you can go and have your life. You still want to enjoy your grandkids. You love your grandkids, and you're going to spend some time, and you're gonna give your children a break so that they can have some time with their significant other. But
Mhm.
you got to realize that it works both ways, and that life of what you just said, that same routine, if you get in that routine and you and your children are grown and then it's the same routine, it gets boring. And
Yeah,
that's how things
it's
creeps in. That's how things
right.
creep in
It gets
the door.
Yeah, it gets boring, and you don't want to get to that. You don't want to get to that space. And and Sandra, she says I'm back, and I see how Sandra and her husband, how they, like videos that you post, Sandra, and I just look at you too, and I'd be like, that's relationship goals, because they do things, they go places, they have fun, they do karaoke in their backyard, like things like that to keep the laughter and the excitement going in relationships. Like, I love that. If you don't have laughter in your relationship, if you can't go to your significant other and share things and talk about any and everything, if that your partner is not your best friend, like,
Well, um should your partner be your best friend? I mean,
yes, most definitely. I
but
should
see,
be able to talk to my
that comes with a lot. You asking your partner to do a lot. You asking them to be your lover, your confidant. You can't. I ain't gonna say you can't, but sometimes some people can't deal with everything that comes with.
I'm not saying that you don't have other people that you talk to besides them, besides your significant other. I have my girls that I'm going to talk to, but some things I want to talk to my man about that I don't want to share with my friends. So, yes, I'm going to consider him as being my best friend, someone that I can go to talk to him about this and that. But like I said, I also have my girls that I share things with and may not share with him.
Well, Victor
So,
opened up a nice can of worms here. I just want to say what Nakia wrote, that as a newly married woman, I think it's important to have date night just for us.
exactly. And
That's
that is
right.
true. You
Deanna
can't
writes,
stop the date night.
right.
You can't.
Right. Deanna writes, partners should be your homie, lover, and friend.
Most definitely.
Now, what Victor opened up in a can of worms is that he said something that I have to acknowledge, that sometimes it is a lot. But if your wife or significant other isn't your best friend, what draws the line to say that my best friend is going to be the guys? Like you said, I'm going out with the girls. What happens if his best friend is a female? Now, if his best friend is a female, hopefully that best friend that is a female is friends with his wife, because that's
That's what I was going to
where
say.
that's where there's transparency
Yeah.
and there's understanding. You
Yeah.
understand? Right there. And that's important right there.
Right.
But to switch that and say for your best friend to be a guy, Veronica, it should go the same way. But a lot of men can't deal with that. They
No,
can't deal with your best friend, their woman, their wife, their significant other as a female having a best friend being a man.
when I
No,
say
he
best
gay.
friend, I'm talking about my man.
If
I'm
he
not
gay,
talking about.
he can be gay. That's about it.
Yeah, I wasn't saying that. I thought we was talking
Damn,
about
my bells
relationships.
broke.
We are.
So when I say my best friend, I'm talking about the man that I'm with. I want to be my best friend.
I think
Did
you
y'all
quite
get that
you kind of
confused?
miss what we were saying, but
Yeah, I missed that. Went all over my head.
You need a Superman sound.
But when I say I can talk to my girls as well. But you're saying, what if my man has a female friend that he talked to,
Mhm.
right?
yeah.
Because sometimes a female perspective to a man, we can get a point of view of what you women are thinking. It's just like, when we go to the guys, just like you go to the girls, there's the empathy between y'all as women. And some women that are really truthful will be truthful to their girlfriends no matter what. But some girlfriends want to remain the girlfriend, want to be that ally. So they are going to tell you what you want to hear instead of what you need to hear.
Yeah.
And that goes both ways. It goes both ways with sometimes our fellas,
Now every man needs a female friend or female friends. as long as they know their boundaries and everybody keeps their boundaries where they need to be at. Because I have some females in my circle that I confide in a lot.
Yeah.
And they get it, and I get it. You know, we can't talk every day. You know, we can't see each other every week, but the respect is still there, and I bounce things off of them, and they bounce things off of me. So, I've shared things with them that other people don't know. But when it comes down to me being my girlfriends or whoever the person in my life is, their best friend. I don't think that's a good. I don't think I want to be all that.
So you don't think it's good for a female to have a best friend, male?
No,
A
I didn't
male
say
best friend.
that's not what I'm saying is I don't want to be my wife's best damn friend, because there are some things about your life and some details about you that I just don't need to know. Because a lot of women like to share things. Like I had a situation where somebody was telling me, they was like, well, this guy, they kind of like me and this so and so. And I'm like, the hell are you telling me that for? It's just certain things that you just shouldn't share with the opposite sex.
Well, I'm not saying. Yeah, I'm not saying share every detail. That's why That's why I said some things I will go to my girlfriends for.
But your best friend, you go to with any and everything.
Yeah, and I will hope that I can have that relationship with my man.
You can't. So you mean to tell
Don't
me?
say that. A lot of people a significant other is their best friend. Yes.
Listen. So I need for you to look at it this way. So if you can share everything with your man, so you tell your man each and every time that another guy holler at you, eventually that's going to cause a problem.
Not to say certain things.
Well, I just said that you tell your best friend everything.
Everything.
Not. I wouldn't even tell my girl's best friends everything. I don't tell them everything, but I consider them as my best friend. But I'm very private. Like, I'm not going to tell every detail of my day just because I say that's my best friend.
Y'all women just was all about doggone your partner should be your homie, your lover, your friend.
Yes, it should.
And then somebody else was talking about you want your partner to be this and that. And it's like, no.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
I'm not saying that you tell them everything. You don't tell your parents every single thing. You don't tell your best friends every single thing.
My best friend everything. Right. I tell my best friend everything. There are certain things that I will never tell the person who I'm with. That's just because it's like, for what? Like, you can get down in the like your best friends, y'all will get down in the details about certain things. Girl, that man over there was doing this and he looked like this and he was doing this. You gonna tell your husband the same thing?
Because I just said I don't tell every detail. When I say having a best friend, certain things that I want to tell them, certain things that I want to talk about. If I'm going through something and I want to share that with them, I want to be able to share that with them. I'm not saying every little detail. Oh, well, this man told me my butt was nice today. Like, what was the purpose of me telling my man that?
And then, but you would tell your best friend that.
No, I would not.
Oh, well, who'd you tell?
No, I would not. Like Deanna says, y'all not going to get it when it comes to best friends.
Because you can't be best friends with the person you in love with. How?
Yes. I don't tell anyone everything. Exactly, Mr. Sammy. Yeah. When I say best friend, I'm not talking about you got to tell them every single detail. That's not what I'm saying. Yeah. But I want to be with someone who I'm able to open up with.
Yeah. Veronica,
I don't want to have to hide. Like if I'm feeling a certain way, I'm not going to talk to him about that because I don't know how he's going to take it.
Yeah. Veronica, start with this string. Start with Sandra Aiken. It's a long comment, but you want to go comment to comment. She starts, start there.
See, that's why I like this show, Veronica. We are not perfect by far. And she's talking about her and her husband, and everybody go through things to get to that place where you become best friends. We've learned over the 25 years we've been together what keep us happy. I appreciate the compliments so much. You're welcome, Sandra. Noah, people of the opposite sex can only be close / best friends if and only if they are not attracted to each other. And that's true.
That's a good point.
That's true. Like I can't see myself being best friends with a guy I'm attracted to. No. Sandra says, I'm going by what I see on my end.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I want you. Yeah, you in order. Keep going.
Okay. Sandra says, child, you better make sure they your best friend before you open those important conversations up, honey, because it can backfire. And that is so true.
That was a good string there. Good comments right there. And everybody's comment is good. I don't want to sit there and say, but the way that was rolling right now on the conversation is interesting, so
and then what Sandra just says, and she called her husband baby daddy. If everybody knows Sandra, that's what she says when she talk about her husband. She said, I tell almost everything to my baby daddy. I say almost because you have people that tell you stuff others don't need to know that make you a good friend. Right. Almost. That's what I'm saying. I want to be able to tell my man almost everything. And Victor's not getting that.
I do get that. That's what I'm saying. Never mind.
But that's still considered that's still considered our best friend.
But what Victor's saying, what he's saying is that for him, his best friend, he can tell everything.
That's what
what he's saying.
Honey, if you want to tell everything, I'm not the person to tell every single thing. I'm not.
I know that.
That's why he's saying that his woman may not be his best friend. That's what he's trying to say.
That's not your best friend. You don't have a best friend.
That's what he's saying.
But do you have a best friend?
I have a best friend.
Do you tell your best friend everything?
I don't have to hide anything. I don't have to hide anything from. I mean, my best friend Tony. Tony's my best friend. Yeah, but do you tell him everything? I don't tell him everything. No.
Okay, then, but that's still your best friend. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. You still consider him a best friend.
People, if I choose to tell my best friend,
no, but you're saying if it's your best friend, you should be able to tell your best friend every single thing.
But I'm not a gossiper that I'm going to sit there and tell him everything. But I don't have to hide anything neither from him.
But that's me. That's what I do.
Yeah, that's what Victor said. His best friend is like you said.
He definitely missed the point, Deanna.
No. You missing his point.
No, I'm not. No,
yes,
I'm
you
not.
are. He's saying, yes, you are.
When I'm saying
he's saying that his wife or his significant other cannot be his best friend because he made his best friend what he considers a best friend. He can tell everything to.
I got that. I got that. How many times are y'all going to repeat that same thing? I get what he's saying. If he can't tell that person every single thing in his life, then that's not considered a best friend.
Right.
Okay.
Got it. So then why are you debating him?
Because just because that's your best friend don't mean you have to tell him every single thing. That still can be a best friend. Forget it, because you will not understand what I'm saying.
You can't debate me about me. That's
moving along.
It makes no sense.
Yes, it does make sense, because you think just because it's your best friend that you're supposed to tell your best friend every single thing. That's not what I'm saying. I don't think no one has a best friend that they tell every single detail of their life to, but they're still considered a best friend.
You don't know me.
Yeah. I mean, you are different.
I am different.
Victor don't tell his best friend everything. I bet he has some embarrassing thoughts he ain't tell nobody. Yeah, exactly. Everybody
everybody keeps something to themselves, of course.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what? Let's just move it on, man, because y'all reaching now. You gonna try to prove me wrong about me, and I don't see how that's even possible.
Thank you, Sandra.
Whatever.
Moving along, let's give closing thoughts.
What were we talking about now?
Everything. Everything. Victor is in one of his moods tonight, but we ain't even getting ready to talk about that. You should have had a glass of wine before you started the show.
I guess you forgot what I said at the beginning of the show.
You had to work.
And?
You had to work Tuesday. No, you had to work last Thursday, but you was in a better mood tonight. You know what? You need some. You need to take that shirt down that says Virginity Rock, and you need to get you a little bit so you can cheer up. How about that? Yeah, ring that broke bell.
Ring that broke bell. I gotta buy a new one. Amazon.
Final thoughts on what this girl should do. We already said it though. What she should do
Yeah.
about this guy that's commenting on his ex posts all the time. Final thoughts so we could close this show out.
Break his damn phone. That'll be it. Nah, she know what to do.
She definitely know what to do.
Yeah.
Victor.
Break his phone. She know what to do.
Shit. You know what?
Oh, what Veronica just said. She said. Oh gosh.
Guys, I apologize for Victor tonight. He's not himself.
You apologize for me for? Don't apologize for me. I'm cool.
Oh,
Maybe
God.
over the weekend he can get a little chocolate.
Now, I mean, on the serious side, she just gotta reiterate to her man and just say, listen, I think that you keep saying I'm insensitive, and if I'm your significant other and I'm important to you, again, that conversation.
Have respect.
At the end of the day.
Yeah.
Because if he keeps blowing her off, then you know where that's gonna head.
Exactly, Cheryl. Victor is no fun tonight. We want the fun, Victor. He is no fun tonight.
We got a lot of comments out of y'all tonight, though. Y'all, there's a lot of comments out here.
You need to get out of that hot closet. That's what's wrong with him. Well, we're going to wrap up the tea tonight, guys. And thank y'all so much for watching tonight. We appreciate all of your comments. Thank y'all so much for watching each and every Tuesday and Thursday right here on Facebook and on YouTube, 8 o'clock. Shouts out to 119 Media Group because we are definitely in the studio on Tuesdays live. So we appreciate them. And we appreciate all of you for showing love each and every week. Thank you to my co-host, Victor.
Appreciate it.
Oh, she do the crickets out there.
Don't get mad with me. I'm about to go jump on the phone as soon as we end this show.
He got to recharge that battery.
For your 3-hour conversation.
Now you got to go to work.
I told you I got to go back to work. So you didn't.
I know that, but you had to do the same thing Thursday. But you was in such a better mood last Thursday.
Because I didn't have my sugar before the show.
Patine, thank you for joining us, my brother. Appreciate you. We hope you have a safe trip back to New York City.
Yep.
So yeah, guys, thank y'all so much for watching. God willing, we will join you again Tuesday for some more tea.
There you go.
His own show. You need to get his own show. Child. But guys, thank y'all so much. Have a fantastic weekend. Be safe. Practice your social distancing. And we'll check y'all out. Are people still practicing social distance?
I don't even wear a mask no more.
Sure.
A lot of people do not
I left my
wear
mask
their masks
in my car.
But all right, guys, we'll chat with y'all next week. Have a great weekend. Good night.
Peace.